Hey everybody, it's Nicole, aka Vangirl, because that's my name now. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Today, I'm gonna be talking to all you about why the name Buddyfight is kind of a bad name for the game that it really is. Basically, the first point I'm gonna make is that Buddyfight makes this sound like a children's game. Do you think Buddy? You think little kids like, oh my gosh, he's my buddy. You don't think of older people playing a game called Buddyfight. It doesn't make sense. When you really think about Buddyfight, because I know me and Carlos and Chris are starting to get into it, and we've had conversations about this, and just hearing things from other people, like how a lot of people are turned away because of the name. They think, oh, Buddyfight, that sounds stupid, like, that sounds like a little kid game, like Bushi made a game for little kids, when really, it's not that at all. Like, it's actually really not difficult, but it requires a lot more focus and strategy to it. With the name itself, it just kind of really takes away from what the game is, and I feel like they should have came up with a different name for it. I mean, with the show and everything, I guess it makes sense, like, if you watch a show, but it's still not the best name for it. I feel like you could have came up with something else, because even that, it's like, oh, I have a buddy. You think of, like I said before, you think of little kids with the buddy. With that being said, the difficulty in Buddyfight is there's a lot of strategy. Like, it's not like Vanguard where there's kind of, alright, you go 1, oh, now you ride a 2, now you ride a 3, and it gets more powerful, and there's only really one way you can defend things. It's more straightforward. So if you want to defend, okay, it has shield on the side, or you have perfect guard, you just do that. With Buddyfight, it's a completely different thing. You actually have to have cards in your hand and make your deck with defensive cards, which makes a whole different level of strategy, because then if you don't get these cards, then what are you supposed to do next? And it just makes the game a whole lot more difficult, because it's really based on your hand. And then this, it's like, oh, you have to have a spell card, or you have to know which monster you're going to place in your center, so if it gets destroyed, like, and you have to make sure, like, it has enough defense, so it's going to be harder to destroy, and when you want to take attacks and when you're going to risk it or not. There's a lot more strategy to it, and even on the offensive side, like, where to place your monsters and when to play certain spells, and when should I play this impact, and how am I going to set up so I can play this impact, and do I have enough gauge, and oh, how many cards do I have in my hand? Oh, I only have this many, so what am I going to do with these cards that I'm dealt? Oh, should I charge now? Should I do this? It's a lot more difficult. There's a lot more things to think about, where Vanguard's like, okay, stand, draw, alright, I have these cards, and alright, I'm going to place that there, and I have some triggers in my hand that I'm going to use to defend. I'm not trying to say that Vanguard isn't difficult. I mean, you still have to build a deck. It's still difficult, like, knowing, like, what ratios and, like, how to build your deck and everything. But for what Buddyfight is and the name of it, come on, like, you could have thought of something better. Like, because even, like, when I come up to people and tell them, oh, I play Buddyfight, they're like, Buddyfight? That sounds stupid. I'm like, yeah, just try playing it. And then a lot of people are like, oh, but you can do, like, those one-turn kills or whatever, when really, like, if you actually know how to play it, it's really, like, it goes back and forth and can take a good amount of time. I don't know if you guys watch some of the Buddyfight videos we put up, but you should definitely check those out. You can kind of see, like, how the game is. It's just, they should have came up with another name for it. Because, like, even me, honestly, I didn't want to play it because I thought the name sounded pretty stupid. Like, I was, like, really skeptical about it at first. Like, you can ask Carlos. I was like, I don't know if I want to play that. And now I'm like, oh, this is really great. I really like this game. And it's because of, like, the difficulty in it, like, not knowing, like, what to do, like, planning out what to do. The planning out and just the cards that you could be dealt, like in all the different scenarios that come out, like, oh, if I like deal myself a hand, like there's no mulligan either, so it's pretty much you get what you get and you don't get upset even though you might get upset. Because if you get a hand and it's just spells, like what are you gonna do? Like you have to figure out like, oh, alright, like which spell should I keep, like which ones am I gonna charge so I can hopefully get a monster card or whatever. Or maybe you've got all monsters, so you're like, great, like now I don't have any defensive cards, like now what am I gonna do with these? There's just so many different scenarios in it. It's just a completely different game, and it's just so more so much more intricate, and it shouldn't be named Buddyfight. I mean, now that I like it, I mean, like it's just the game, but I mean, when I try to get like, or like anybody tries to get people into it, I mean, it's just such a turn off. I mean, people are kind of like, I keep repeating myself, and I apologize for that. But I just want to get I keep fixing my hair. But I want to get my point across. It's a great game. I think I'm trying to convince you. It's a really great game, and you guys should all play it. And yeah. So anyway, that's all I have to say on the matter. Hope you guys like these. If you have any ideas for another rant I should do, definitely let me know. I'm always open to new and wonderful ideas because, like I said, these are kind of hard to come up with. That's why I don't make them as often as maybe some people would like. Like and subscribe if you want to watch more videos, and if you like these videos, again, leave your comments. I would love to hear them, and anything you want to say about the matter. I love good conversation. Thank you for watching, and I will see all of you soon. Bye guys. Bye guys.